Nick, I'll take your question, run with it first, then we'll go down the line, do it quickly. Chelsea or Man United, who's worse off right now? I will say this. From a fan's perspective, interacting with other fans, you guys aren't deluded. From what I've seen, I'm sure I can find some chat room or some forum somewhere where a Man United fan will say some of the same shit as a Chelsea fan.
Let me just, real quick, you do search out the Chelsea people, though, because you don't like
out?
Chelsea.
Yeah.
Search out, seek out, whatever. Yeah. But, like, it's because it's in your view more. More
no, for sure. But to that point, like, you guys have a injury list that is pretty close to like it's 8 people, and of those 8 people, there's probably 6 in there that are gonna be able to play. Like, I don't see Man United podcast posting we have a starting 11 that are injured. Like, bullshit. Like, I think that at the very least, a lot of the anger with this team is directed at the right place, and it's like Erik Ten Hag sometimes I don't think knows what he's doing, and it's crazy to say that because I thought last year I was pretty impressed with him, but like, I don't know. I'd rather be you guys than Chelsea because I also think there's no idea of where they're going, and the person that's pulling the strings on the money and making the purchases is literally seeing who's trending on Twitter and then trying to buy him. So like, that's how it is. Dylan, I'll go to you next since we didn't talk that much this one.
So, when this question came up, I thought it felt like... I feel like these teams are in the process of, like, honestly, it's like it's Pokemon, where Chelsea... Hear me out. Chelsea and United are basically Charmander right now, and...
I wanted... so badly, before you keep going, I wanted to yell out, "Who's that center back?" And but go ahead. Sorry, my bad.
But they're literally Charmander trying to evolve to literally where like Charmeleon is probably Brighton, where they'd like to be right now, competing and actually being top 4, to eventually become a Charizard, which obviously is City, but in this case, the blueprint they're following is to be where Arsenal's at with all their young players. And that's like where I think they're doing it. They're just doing it extremely poorly, to the point where, to answer the question, like, I think they're both in trouble, but I would say Chelsea's more in trouble, mostly for the fact that you have 8-year contracts on guys that haven't proven that they can actually do it. And what happens if this actually doesn't work out? And also, will they have the patience to keep Poch around if what we think is going to happen in December goes as poorly as it does, to where they're just going to keep going in the same cycle? And that's not to put United on. I don't want to give United a pass, because, like, if they don't get it sorted either, who are they getting to come coach a team that's going to be revolutionary? Like, it's just something that ultimately money doesn't buy you happiness unless you have a public financial institution from a country to back you at this point. But, like...
Also known as a PIF.
Yeah, I know. I just felt like saying it out completely wrong because, you know, that's me. But I don't know. I think United is also in trouble, and you guys will try to evolve one day, but it's just not happening right now.
Michael, what do you got here before we let Nick finish it off?
I would rather be United for sure, just because kind of a lot of the same stuff Dylan is saying. On the field, like, it's concerning for United because, like, you thought it was gonna, like, beginning of the season you're optimistic, you think it's gonna be better. Beginning of the season for Chelsea, you still don't know because, like, all these guys have, you know, whatever. Again, to Dylan's point, the thing with Chelsea is, you know, I have a friend who's a Chelsea fan who is already talking about getting Osimhen in the summer, and I'm like, brother, you just spent all this money on Nick Jackson. You're done with him already. Chelsea will never end. That cycle of that type of, like, buying and how they treat the players and stuff will never end. I don't think United are like that as much, but I do think because they don't spend to that degree, and they spend more, like, on individual players and stuff, if it doesn't go well, I don't know what you do next. Like, I don't know who you're getting rid of. I don't think you're firing Ten Hag. So I don't know what the plan is if United fails. I know what the plan is for Chelsea if they fail or succeed. So
yeah. Nick, finish us off and tell us why you're going to be sending late night texts to Ralph Ragnick.
Oh, geez, Ragnarok. Yeah. The Armageddon of Man United. It's just frustrating. Like, because, as you're all saying, like, I don't know. It's almost like when you give a patient too many prescriptions, it just makes everything worse. And you don't know what the actual problem is anymore. Like, I just don't know what it is. Like, you just keep giving. I don't know. It's another Scrubs reference. That's where I learned about. That's where I got all my medical advice from.
We have a pharmacist on the pod, but let's go with the Scrubs reference.
Yeah, it's
accurate.
Yeah,
right.
But I just don't know where to. I'm trying to find glimmers of hope to hold on. I just don't know when it's like. When is this going to turn around? Like, I could totally see us losing to Burnley. Like, I could see this, and I think you guys are right. They're not going to get rid. You can't get rid of Ten Hag because who you bringing in, and then, like, and then what? All these grand plans. You're sitting down in 10th, 12th, 14th. I'm like 2 or 3 weeks away from just being like a completely miserable human being in this realm of my life. Like watching it and just being incredibly grumpy and like. It's just really frustrating because I don't see I don't see it getting better anytime soon.
I hate you all.
Sorry, Dylan.
Like, you don't see me bitching like this when I'm the only one who actually might be. I'm the only one who might actually be going down this year, and I'm still trying to have an optimistic spin. And you're just like, "Ugh, we're gonna come in 8th. Life sucks."
I'm always the optimist, Dylan. I don't want to be it right now. I'm always the optimist. I don't